Hello, I'm so glad you stopped by to see how to make shopping bags. Hopefully, you can make some of these yourself and then you won't have to buy plastic bags anymore for your grocery shopping. We're going to make a bag that's got a nice big opening for you to put your groceries in, and you can make a little pocket and you can do anything you like on this pocket. Do some hand embroidery or just make a nice colorful pocket. Get yourself some nice cheap fabric. Go to your fabric store and get some really nice cheap fabric. You don't have to get expensive fabric. I got this piece that had all kinds of stains all over it, and I'll show you as we go along how I worked around that. So get your fabric folded in half. There's the folded edge where I'm laying down the plastic packet for you to see. I'm just getting the width here. And I cut it approximately the width of my plastic packet sample that I'm using. You can cut it narrow or wide, it doesn't matter. I do this now, just cut a little bit and then I fold it over and I get the side edges together just to make sure I get a nice straight line. In this instance, I'm making a few bags with this piece of fabric, so I'm folding it over a few times. And then I cut out those pieces and get them all nice and even. As I say, you can make them any width you like. And now I'm going to cut this slit where the handles are going to go. As you can see, I'm just using my eye here. I'm not using a pattern as such. But I'll show you why I'm doing that with this sample here of the plastic packet. There you see I've got the fabric folded in half. And I'm just cutting that bit out there where the handle's going to go. You'll see how this comes together just now. All right, and then I'm going to cut the opening for the, where we put the goods and the groceries in. And here again, you can make it, as deep as you like, a little bit deeper or wider or narrower. Those are going to be the handles that you see me flapping back there. So that's dependent on how wide or narrow you want those. Looks a bit like a t-shirt. Okay, so from here, I'm just going to take it to overlock the edges. Just before I do, I was going to show you how I actually fold the pieces that I've cut out. I fold them over in half like that, and then I do the bits of cutting out the handle, the piece for the handle, and then the piece for the opening. Okay, I'm also going to show you how to do that bottom edge. It's very simple. All right, so here I am just actually finishing the open edges of the handles. You can use your overlock if you've got one, or you can just zigzag if you've got a domestic sewing machine, or you can just turn a little hem in. Whatever works for you and the sewing machine that you happen to have. All right, so you just do all the handle edges like that, which would be 4 sides, and then once you've done that, you do the opening where the opening of the bag. You also finish that, overlock that, or hem it or zigzag it, whatever it is, as I say, that works for you. And then once you finish overlocking the opening of the bag, you then fold your bag right sides together and you sew the 2 seams down either side of the bag. Again, you don't actually, you can actually just stitch this with a straight stitch, or you can overlock it if you want, or use your overlocker if you've got it. Just remembering this is just a shopping bag. You don't have to go to too much trouble and, be too fussy about it, because it's going to be kept in your car, I hope, where you'll just throw your groceries into it, and so hopefully not have to continue to buy plastic packets. Okay, so now that's how we go about just putting the bag together. Now I'm going to show you how to do this fancy little bit at the bottom. It's so simple, but it actually really helps when you're putting a lot of things into the bag, because it gives it that extra space at the bottom of the bag and also reinforces it. But it's very simple to do. I'll show you. Oops, dropped the bag. Okay, right, now there's the bottom of your bag. All you do is fold the 2 ends in, the 2 side seam ends, like it. Simple as that. And now you stitch them down and across the bottom. So now this is the bottom edge of your bag. You've just folded those 2 sides, and you can fold them in a bit less or a bit more depending on how, wide you want your bag to be at the bottom. Look now when I turn this other way around, there, we've got our little gusset. I'm not actually sure what you want to call that, but look at that. It actually reinforces the bottom and just gives you that extra space in the bottom of the bag for when it's bulging with your groceries. Okay. Right, now I'm going to show you how to do the handles. You simply put the two tops of the handles together like that, and you can just stitch them straight across. But what I do is I fold them over like that. So I've got the two edges, put them together. Now you can just stitch that. But if you fold them over like that, you're actually creating another reinforced sort of extra strength. You want that because that's, you carrying your bag there, and it actually just gives it a bit more comfort and that extra reinforced strength. And look, it's just one action. Put your two edges together, fold it over, and then stitch it across. Once again, that can just be a straight stitch. You don't have to finish it with zigzag or overlock or anything like that. I just happen to have this wonderful overlock machine that I've had for many, many years, 20 or 30 years by this stage. Okay, so there you have it. There's your nice reinforced handle for your shopping bag. And there's your shopping bag. And now this part is very interesting because what you do is you actually just take that little pocket that you sewed on the front of your bag before you started all these other steps. Something I want to tell you here is I made this pocket a bit small for the size of this bag. So I should have actually made the pocket a little bigger so as to fit all of the fabric of the bag comfortably into it. So that's just a little tip, just to make your pocket sort of the right proportion to the amount of bag you're wanting to put in. Because as you can see now, I'm going to be pushing all of the fabric of the bag, starting with the handles, into the pocket that was at the top of the bag by the opening of the bag, as you saw. I didn't show you on the stitching that you must put that pocket on first when everything's nice and flat. It's just easy. See, now you just load it all in there. And as you can see, I've got too much fabric for that pocket. When it's finished, that's what you should have in your hand, one little bag. So there you are. I hope you enjoy making shopping bags for your groceries.